Bit of a reality check today as to what I've got myself in for, because that was tough.
Good morning. It is Sunday the 5th of January. I was meant to be doing a race today in Sheffield. It's a multi-stage trail race that I did last year with a friend, and we were signed up to do it this year as a pair, but it's been cancelled because of the bloody snow. Come on now. But from the photos, Sheffield looks a lot worse. I love running in the snow. I would have gone anyway, but apparently the roads are dangerous, so I'm not going to use the cancellation as an excuse to not get after it and to go back to bed. I'm going to go and run somewhere around here. Got a couple of different options for runners today. These are my new ones, Speedgoat 6s. I'm absolutely buzzing to try these out, but to be honest, I don't think it's going to be today, because these are Gore-Tex, which are better when it's snowing and it's really cold and wet, because they're waterproof and they also keep the heat in well, so when it's snowy, it'll stop my feet from getting cold. Gonna get ready now, jump in the car, get a bit more rural with it, and then go hit some trails. I'm absolutely Christmas clobbered up to the gills today. New leggings, new socks, new jacket, old shoes.
Right, let's get after it. Honestly, I am so bad for faffing around when I need to go out and run. I've been up since 8 o'clock, 10 o'clock. What have I been doing for 2 hours? And in the week I'm fine. When I've got work and I've got like a place I need to be by a certain time, I can get up and go in 15-20 minutes. But when it's the weekend and I can just wait around and I can procrastinate, I will procrastinate. We're only driving about 12 minutes. Where I live is pretty urban. I live about 10 minutes outside of Nottingham city centre, but it's also quite a nice location because within a 10-minute drive you can get to some real rural areas with some nice trails. There's not much elevation, which is going to be a challenge when I'm preparing for an ultra in the mountains. I'll talk about what I'm going to do to get over that hurdle today, because that's going to be the main challenge preparing for this race.
I'm so glad I went for Gore-Tex. Mate, this is... Look at the state of this. But this is what trail running in the UK is, so I'm going to have to get used to it. Signed up now, no going back. Right, so before I chat about the race, I just want to say Happy New Year to the 4 people that are probably watching this. I hope you had a lovely Christmas, and I hope you've got started on those goals you said you were going to get started on in January. And if you haven't, what you're playing at. And if you didn't want to do it 2 months ago, you don't want to do it now, you're never going to want to do it, so just get on with it anyway. That's what discipline's all about. Just keep it moving, man, one day at a time. Just get started. I've realised that I'm going to be falling on my arse today, so let's hope I catch it on camera, because it is inevitable. I've just almost stacked it like 3 times already. Oh yeah, look at that. Gore-Tex, baby. Don't matter. My feet are dry as a bone, mate. Ankle deep, ankle deep. Oh, my feet are wet now. Oh dear. Well, and I need to go that way. This is going to be a fun 12 miles, and that is a fucking river. Oh. Sometimes you just got to go for it, you know, and hope for the best. Could have gone knee deep there, but we didn't, so it's all good. So, the race, Ultra Wales 50 miler, Welsh mountains, beautiful part of the country, very unpredictable weather, being Wales, so I got to be prepared for everything, hence coming out when it's like this. It looks like a really tough race, but a really fun race as well. I spend a lot of time in central and north Wales where the proper mountains are, and I love it around there. It is my favourite bit of the UK, so I thought it's only right I do my first ultra there. Now, the main challenge of the race and of the preparation for the race is the fact that Wales is hilly. The race is across a couple of mountains, and as I mentioned in my last video, and as you can tell right now by how out of breath I am on this mild incline, I'm about as useful as a piece of wet lettuce when it comes to running uphill. So that is going to be the primary focus of the training plan. But don't worry, I've got a plan. So the mission is get better at running hills. And if I want to stand any chance of completing this race, I need to focus on that. I need to get as much elevation in my legs as I can. There's certain ways that I'm going to do that, living in a very, very flat part of the country. In the week, there's going to be two main staples to my hill training. The majority of my easy runs are going to have to be on pretty flat surfaces just for convenience sake, because I can't be driving to far places in the morning before work all the time. But then also, there's a decent hill kind of near me. It's about a 10-minute drive. It's tarmac, concrete. It's not on a trail, but it's a hill. I'll be driving there in the morning before work and doing a bunch of reps, sprinting up the hill to get my legs stronger and more used to climbing. And then secondly, for one or two of my easy like zone 2 runs, I'm just going to do them on the Stairmaster. Maybe I'll start with 1 a week and I'll see how that is, and if I feel like I'm not progressing enough, I'll up it to 2. Me and that Stairmaster in the gym are going to be getting very well acquainted, as much as I hate to say that, because I fucking hate the Stairmaster. But it's got to be done. You got to find solutions to problems. You can't hide from them. I could have just signed up to a flat ultra because that is my surroundings and that's my training ground, but it doesn't excite me. I like the mountains. I want to run in the mountains. So I've got to make it work, and that's going to mean a lot of hours on that flipping Stairmaster, I reckon. Right, I'm having a quick walk because another mild incline has clarted me off, so I've got to get my breath. But the final challenge is long runs. I need to be doing long runs on hilly terrain. And again, just to remind you, none of that around here. Absolutely nout. That's going to mean I'm going to have to travel for a lot of my long runs. And that is the thing I'm most excited about. So the main staple of my long runs will be the Peak District. It's not ideal, there's no mountains there, but it's hilly. It shouldn't be called the Peak District, it should be called the Bump District, because that's what it is. Small bumps, lovely trails, lovely views, but there's nothing major in terms of climbs. I'm gonna have to get up to Wales and the Lake District all the time. That's why I signed up for this race, because it forces me to spend loads of time in my favourite parts of the UK. And my favourite part of the UK is Scotland. And I've never even been to Scotland, but I just know it's my favourite. I've seen it, all right. I know what my favourite places in the UK consist of, and Scotland's got all of it in abundance. So I'm going to be getting up to Scotland as well in March. Have a bit of a trip with a girlfriend. She likes running and hiking and stuff as well, so she'll get involved. But Scotland, Wales, Lake District, I'm going to be stomping around all of them for the next 6 months to get fit enough for this race. This sludge is jarring, look at it. This is so long. That's alright, only got 8 miles left. Leggings are soaked, feet are soaked, but it's all fun and games. This is what we signed up for. It's going to be a fun 6 months, because the race is in June. It's Jan the 5th right now, so got just over 6 months to prepare. I'm going to be documenting the full prep right here on YouTube, on the Ironbroom YouTube channel. Check me out, I'm a YouTuber now. Hit that subscribe button if you want to see more of this. I promise it's going to get more interesting than this. I'm going to go to some cool places and I'm going to do some cool things as part of this prep, which I guess I can talk about because I've got some ideas. The main goal right now is the 50 miler, right? I'm also going to do some other challenges. The main one that I'm really looking forward to, I've been eyeing this up for years, mate. Me and some of my friends have been talking about doing this for so long, but we've just never got it done because things got in the way. This year I was doing the Ironman, so I wasn't available for it, but it's the Welsh 3000s. If you're into your hiking or your ultra running, you probably know about it. If you don't, it's a primarily hiking route, but people do run it as well, through North Wales, Snowdonia National Park, and it's a single route on foot the entire time where you summit all of the mountains in Wales that are above 3,000 feet. There's 15 of them, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. I reckon half of the route I've done during separate hikes, but I've never done the full thing. So I want to do the full Welsh 3000s route with some mates. Some mates are going to pace me for certain sections, and Caleb, if you're watching this, Caleb's going to do the whole thing with me. That is going to be an absolute motive. If you haven't ever been to North Wales and you're into your hiking and your mountainous scenery, get yourself up there, mate, because it is just mind-blowing. It's like something out of fucking Lord of the Rings, mate. Even just driving around it, you're just in awe at the views. Never mind when you hike to the top of them. Just get yourself out there, trust me on that. The second challenge I want to do as part of this is called the Bob Graham Round. If you know ultra running, you're probably thinking, how are you doing the Bob Graham Round as prep for a 50 miler? It's like 50 miles in itself, and it's probably harder than the race I'm doing. I'm going to do it over 2 days as part of training, so I'll do the first half, then I'll stay in a hostel, and then I'll do the second half. And then yeah, I'm sure I'll get a bunch of other ideas as I do more research into famous trail running routes, but the main thing is Welsh 3000s, Bob Graham Round, Ultra Wales 50, and then we'll start to look towards the 100 miler, which will probably be next year, unless I decide to do one in the winter, but never say never. We'll see how burnt out I am from trail running after the race in June, and then I'll decide what's next. But yeah, 100 miles, that's what we're aiming for. Anyway, I'm gonna shut up for a bit and get some miles stomped out. Right, 4 miles left. Getting a little gel down me, so gonna have a stroll while I do that and then run back to the car. Honestly, I'm realising truly how different trail running is to road running and how much more challenging it is. I've run 8 miles, right? If I run 8 miles on just a flat path, I'll be honest, it's an absolute piece of piss. It's a doddle. This is not a doddle. So 1 minute it's dead slippy, and then it's ankle deep in sludge, and then you're running on snow, and like, I know the conditions are really bad today, but it's England, mate. It's not gonna get much better even when we start getting into the spring. This is what England is like. It's looking pretty ominous today. It's just foggy in every direction. Yeah, man, this is tough graft. This is gonna be a hard 6 months, really hard 6 months, but I'm ready for it. I'm daunted by the challenge, but I'm invigorated by the challenge at the same time. I'm feeling charged up. All right, better start running again. I've not even started eating my gel, but I'm gonna eat it while I'm running because I can't walk any more than this. Oh. I've just breathed on my camera, and oh, mate. I'm so glad to be back at this car. Yo, sick trim that, lad. You thought about styling your hair like that more often? That last 3 miles was really tough. I think I underfueled. I think I didn't eat enough because I felt a bit delusional for those last few miles. I was going really slow, and I just couldn't pick my feet up to go any faster. I just stopped in Co-op to get a little mini Snickers bar down me to get me some energy for the drive home. Oh man, bit of a reality check today as to what I've got myself in for, because it was alright till about 8 miles. The last 3 or 4 miles got tough, and the last like 2, 3 specifically, whoa, that was really, really rough work. So yeah, ultra prep begins. That was 12 miles on flat terrain. I've got to do 50 miles through mountains, so we've got a lot of work to do. It's going to be a tough but rewarding and fun journey, and I'm looking forward to it. Right, I'm going to drive home, grab some food on the way back, make some lunch, and then I'll check in after. Bless up.
Look at the state of that. Doesn't get any better, does it really? I honestly think this is the best meal on the planet. Nice and rare, still mooing. The post long run lunch is the best meal of the week. Right, I'm gonna nail this, and then me and Meg are gonna go out for a coffee. And then I'm back to work tomorrow. I've not been at work for 2.5 weeks, so I need to get prepped for that. Passenger princess.
So it's the following Saturday now. It's been 6 days since I filmed the last clip. If you made it this far into the video, I appreciate you. I'm very new to this platform. This is literally my second video, so please bear with me while I figure out how to do this whole YouTube thing. As I make more videos, the production quality will naturally get better as I figure out what I'm doing and I invest in better equipment. If you enjoyed the video, I'd appreciate if you could hit the like button. For a small creator like myself, starting from scratch with no subscribers, every single like counts, so I'd really appreciate if you could take the 0.5 seconds that it takes to click that button underneath the video that says like on it. The main message that I want to get across with this YouTube channel is that you watching this right here, yeah, can do anything you put your mind to. Like I spoke about in my last video, which I'll link somewhere here if I can figure out how to do that. I was a terrible, terrible athlete growing up. To even say the word athlete in relation to my childhood is laughable. Terrible at every sport I've ever done. But what I've discovered as I've gotten older is that I've got this. And this is resilience, grit, and determination. And what I want to show with this channel is with this, you can do anything. You don't need a natural athletic ability, none of that. You just need this. And with this, you can do anything that you want to in this world, and that is what I want to show on this YouTube channel. So for the next 6 months, I'm going to be preparing for this ultra, and I'm going to document the full thing on here. Vlog style, most likely, but I'm going to try a bunch of different formats. Like I said a minute ago, I'm new to this YouTube thing, so I don't really know what I'm going to do with the channel, but I just know I'm going to post a video every week. So if you want to see more of this kind of content, hit the subscribe button because there's going to be a whole lot more coming. Any feedback that you could give me on the videos would be massively appreciated. If you could drop a comment down below with things that you think I could do better. You probably noticed on this video that it's quite jumpy. There's a lot of cuts. The reason for that is in the last video, I thought it was a bit too breathy, a bit too... And I just feel like as a viewer, I wouldn't want to watch a Donny just like breathing into the mic. So my intention with this video was to edit those breaths out so that it's more of a flow, but I think it's maybe a little bit too jumpy. So I need to figure out how I'm gonna get over that problem, but if you could let me know your feedback on that, then yeah, massively appreciated. Anyway, tomorrow I'm gonna head to the Peak District for my first proper trail run. I'm gonna start filming another vlog then, so there'll be another video out in the next week. So if you wanna see more of this, hit the subscribe button. Appreciate you lots. Do hard things.